Comfort versus excitement. What is it about our lives that feel monotonous, like it's the same thing every single day, and we begin to dream, feel, think about what else could be there. And then once we find the something else, then we become excited. But how many times in your life have you gone through that cycle? And where on that cycle pattern are you living in right now? I am Valeria here at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. This is my podcast, and I am doing these videos now a lot more often than before to bring you pieces of the teachings that I am receiving so that you can feel into the energy and see what resonates and what doesn't. So today we're going to talk about that exact thing, about the comfort that we end up leaning into. It's just a natural thing of life. This happens to all of us. And the key to living a life that feels really exciting and that moves a lot is to realize and acknowledge where you are so that you can continue to move forward. So, how many times have you felt like everything is moving perfectly? You met the right person, you're moving to the right place, you got the perfect job, you're like doing all the things, and everything is flowing. Everything is happening for you so easily, and you're excited, and you're telling everybody, and you're living your best life. And that might last a couple of months or maybe a year, right? And then it begins to calm down. You begin to set into this routine, right? So let's say it's a new job that you moved to in a different city from where you grew up, and you're very excited, you're on your own, you have the best job, and you're living on your own, you're excited. And now you're working and coming home, and maybe you're going out with your friends, and then the weekend goes by really fast, and then you start over again, and you're doing the same repetitions, and you find yourself living in this cycle of, okay, what am I doing? I'm getting up, going to work, maybe having dinner with some friends, and then I repeat the same thing the next day, and then the weekend comes, and maybe I get to do one or two really fun things, and then the week starts again, and the whole cycle starts again. And we have lost the excitement of what it was like at the beginning when it was so new. So, what happened? What happened is that we became comfortable with what we were creating, what we were doing, and now it doesn't feel as exciting. And a lot of us begin something and it feels really, really great and exciting, and then it starts to decline, right? So, I mean, this happens with everything, with jobs, relationships, which you start, you're so in love with somebody, and then all of a sudden you start like nitpicking at all of the little things that were there all along, but you just failed to see them or you didn't want to see them. And that's because you were excited. And so it didn't matter what happened. Your excitement was bigger. That means that your energy was higher. Your frequency was like really resonating with the other person. And the little things that bother you about them were not like there because you were really happy. Happy, excitement, happy, right? So that's a high frequency. And then as you get into the pattern of going into the routine, then because everything is the same, because nothing is new, you are starting now to notice the little things that might bother you, whether it's at work, relationship, the place that you live in, whatever it is. And that's when we begin to feel comfortable. Like we know there might be something else there for you. We know that maybe this is not the actual job that you want to continue working at. And we don't know what to do about it because we're comfortable. We know that this job is going to give us X amount of money and that we'll get a paycheck every week or every month or whatever it is, how you get it. We know how to get to from work, how long it's going to take us, the seasons of wherever state that you're living in or whatever place you're living in. You know the things that your partner likes or dislikes, and you know how to make them happy or like bring things to surprise them or what things they're not going to enjoy. You know these things. And so now you're in the place of comfort. And comfort is a good thing for a little bit, but not if you remain in that space for too long. Why? Because comfort begins to get get your creative part of you to stall. Like there's nothing to strive for. There's nothing new to continue. This is why when you go on vacation, you have, let's say, one or two vacations a year, whatever it is that you're lucky enough to have. Um, we start looking forward towards that vacation, and then everything from the moment that you start planning until then is exciting because you're planning something new. You're looking towards something new, not your regular thing. This is why holidays, when you're like getting together, even if you don't go away on vacations a lot, The holidays are something that just happens every year. So that keeps you looking towards the next exciting thing in your life. And that kind of helps you continue to have that fire within you that keeps life being interesting. But here's the thing, we are always growing and we are always changing. So, what we liked one year, we may not like the second. And that's where growth begins. So, as we begin to feel comfortable in something, we stay in the same thing and we're no longer looking for what else is making me happy. What else would I like to do or engage in or try in my life? We stop doing that because we're just comfortable with what we're doing, right? So begin to feel into, like, if you find yourself, you're like here, you're like in that space, like, okay, yeah, like what else is here? I'm doing all the things all the time. I'm working all the time. I am not doing anything new. Why am I not doing anything new? Could I do something else? Maybe I don't have enough money to do something new. What would I like to do? Right? So begin to tune into that little spark that you have, because we all have it. We just put it to sleep a lot. We put it to sleep by numbing ourselves, by watching Netflix or binging on some type of show that we just found, or reading, or just not doing anything, right? When you're doing those things, when you're watching, you're scrolling, you're watching TV or a program or something, your brain ceases to create. You are feeding yourself whatever it is that you're seeing, and you stop creating. You have no time to create. You're just chilling, you're just resting, you're just, vegetating, doing the things. And that is one of the major issues of why we're not continuing to create and why we feel stuck. Why we feel stuck in a place, and then we just feel comfortable but not excited, right? And when you stop creating, when you lose that spark to create something new for you, that's when we start nitpicking at anything and anyone else. We start nitpicking at the job, we start nitpicking at our partners, we start nitpicking at the place that we live in. Everything starts to bother us, but it's not anything of that. It's not none of those things. They were all once exciting for you. The real issue is that you stop creating. You stop tuning into yourself, what you like, what excites you, and you stop doing the things that bring you there. Does that make sense? So begin to notice where you are on this pattern. Have you been doing the same exact thing month after month, year after year, without seeing any changes that make you feel alive, happy, like when you first started doing whatever it is that you're doing right now? And we also change, right? So sometimes the job or the place, we outgrow it. We're no longer wanting to be there. It's like going to school, right? You go to elementary school and you love it, and then you go into middle school. You can't stay in elementary school because you're growing. You don't want to learn 2 plus 2 is 4 anymore. Now you want to learn different math, like something that's more exciting to you. And then continuing on, right? So you need to continue to grow and change as you keep on growing. But when we're in a relationship, whether it's with yourself, with a partner, in a job, colleagues, and nothing is new, then you become comfortable. And comfortable is where things start to go down. Because when we start nitpicking at ourselves, at our partners, our jobs, we just start feeding the negativity outwards because we're frustrated that we're not feeling good enough. We're not feeling excited anymore. And why are we not feeling excited? Because we're sticking to the same place, the same narrative over and over and over for too long of a time. So you want to start shifting, just like you shifted from pre-K to kinder, from kinder to elementary school, from elementary school to middle school, from middle school to high school, and so on and so forth. And you notice that you shifted as a child, like every how many years? Every like 3 to 5 years, you're changing, you're shifting into the next level of you. So if you have been doing the exact same thing for like 3 to 5 years, and you're feeling that sense of like, I think I need a change. I'm no longer happy. This is no longer doing it for me. You are not alone. This is what's supposed to happen. You're feeling this way because your spirit is pushing you to move forward and do something else. What's something else? Something else that excites you. How can I find out what this something else that excites me is? Start tuning into yourself. Start standing in place with yourself. This is not with the screen, not watching a show, not scrolling, but just you being with you and begin to feel into, what is it that I would like to do right now? What is it that feels like I would like to be doing or creating or being? Where would I like to be? Being in nature is a really good place to be, to feel into who you are and begin to remember what are the things that got you excited to begin with. So you begin to feel into yourself. You can meditate, you can do automatic writing, you can do all the things, but it's really important that you stay away from the screen, even this one, yes. Stay away from the screen because the screen is just feeding you stuff and you're not allowing yourself to be with yourself so that you can feel who you are and what you want to do. You have been fed things all the time. This is how you need to work. This is how you need to look. This is how you need to behave for society to like you and to fit into the group. This is the group. In this group, we like to do XYZ. If you like to do something other than that, then you don't fit into this group. And we like to be part of things. And so this is why we're so eager to be part of something and then we remain in that spot that brings us comfort. But comfort, again, it's only good when you continue to grow, when you continue to create. So, what is it that you want to create? Tune into yourself, tune into your heart, and feel what is it that I really want to do? Maybe you want to write a book, maybe you just want to write poems, maybe you just want to write rants and that's what you want to do. And why? Why would you want to do that? Maybe because you feel that you just want to share it. Or maybe I don't really want anyone to hear, but maybe you want to just put it down somewhere. Start doing something, just one little thing, just one little step. You don't have to see the whole vision of where this is going. Just feel into what is it that will bring you joy right now in this moment that will break the pattern and bring you excitement. So that is the message that's coming through today. I hope this helped you. If you like it, then subscribe so that you can get more messages like this. I'm going to be doing this a lot more, and I'm also going to be coming live about once a week. Haven't decided on the day yet, so that I can do live energy healing and also answer your questions. So if you have a specific question that you would like answer, if you want something for me to do specifically from my spiritual gifts, from the connections that I'm tuning into my guides, from anything like that that you're curious about, if you're waking up, tuning into the things that you're perceiving, anything that you want to know, just put it on the comments and then I will get back to you on my next video. With that, sending you so much love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.